Greetings, salutations, and good now. Welcome back to the channel and happy new moon, guys. Today we're experiencing the new moon in Cancer. So shout out to all of the Cancers who, well, shout out to all the Cancers. I mean, everybody experiencing it, but shout out to your Cancers, though. You know what I'm saying? The sun is in Cancer. It's the 14th of July, so that takes us about 24 degrees, just a few more degrees until we're gonna be moving into the Leo season. But we're experiencing new moon in Cancer. We spoke a lot about new moon in Cancer or preparing for the new moon in Cancer. We know that just as the name suggests, new moon, the moon has shed all of its, exterior, all of the illumination from the sun. That's all worn out, that's all expired, that's all used up, and so we shed all of that old skin and we step into a new space. We start putting on a new garment esoterically, and we begin writing a new chapter. No, this chapter is in Cancer and it's going to bleed over into Leo, as the sun is then going to be moving into Leo in a few days. And so we could see that there's a movement from this private life onto a grand stage. And so, ready or not, here I come. We're gonna find you and make you want me. Because we know in the Leo season, it's all about expressing or having something to express, having something to show or share to the world or sell to the world, right? Based on what we've been harnessing in the private life. Now, this new moon again is, yeah, it's a nice, beautiful one. And so I'm showing out in my gold and my yellow, you know what I'm saying? Reflecting the light of the sun. Boom, boom, bra, boom. Shout out to Erica Badu. Anyway, so in this video, I just wanted to do a scripture reading because ain't it funny that the ancients of days of old, they used to observe the lunation of the moon and use it for their advantage, right? And so the new moon is one of those parts of the lunation cycle where people initiate a lot of magic. Certain portals are open, and so this entire week is a very magical week, particularly today. And so we're gonna be reading a psalm, sealing some charms that we would have been working on. All right, so here begins the reading, and we're going to be reading Psalms 81. Sing aloud to God our strength, shout for joy to the God of Jacob. Rise a song, sound of timbrels and sweet lyre with the harp. Blow the trumpet at the new moon and at the full moon on our feast day. For it is the statute of Israel, the ordinance of God and Jacob. He made it a decree in Joseph, and when he went over the land of Egypt. I hear a voice, and I had not known. I relieved your shoulders of your burden. Your hands were freed from the basket. In distress you called, and I delivered you, and I answered you in the secret place of thunder. I tested you in the waters of Meribah. Hear, O my people, while I admonish you, O Israel, if you would but listen to me. There shall be no strange God among you, and you shall not bow down to a foreign God. I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt. Open your mouth wide, and I will fill it. But my people did not listen to my voice. Israel would have none of me. So I gave them over to their stubborn hearts to follow their own counsel. Oh, that my people would listen to me, that Israel would walk in my ways. I would soon subdue their enemies and turn my hands against their foes. Those who hate the Lord would cringe towards him, and their fate would last forever. I would feed you with the finest of wheat, and with honey from the rock I would satisfy you. Selah. All right, so this is the Psalms. I need to read it two more times and really get into it. However, I really like the one when they said blow the trumpets, you know what I'm saying, around the new moon. And so we got to go blow our trumpets, you know, during the new moon, this day of our feast, because these are the statues for Israel and the ordinances of the God of Jacob. And so the decrees have already been set, you know what I'm saying? Okay, guys, enough of that. But that was a good scripture reading, nevertheless. Okay, so we're going to continue enjoying today. I hope you guys find this short video helpful and useful as we celebrate the new moon, which is the highlight of this week. Of course, moon is going to be conjuncting Jupiter in Leo later this week, in a few days, maybe 4 or 5 days or so. And so that one is going to be a nice one, because the moon is going to be waxing, and it's going to conjunct Jupiter. And so, leading up to these days, I could see this as a good sign for increasing our money, our business potential, even, increasing love affairs. And one thing also that I want to mention is that, purifying and cleansing our heart, new moon, Cancer, heart space. And so we need to purify our hearts and, move with pure hearts, pure intentions, not being, selfish, or too self-driven, or too, all about self. You know what I'm saying? There should be a certain level of, doing good for just the sake of doing good. You know what I'm saying? Or even if you're on, the evil side, you do evil just for evil, but not because you're going to personally benefit from it, right? And so I'm not encouraging anybody to do evil, but it's just one of those universal laws, right? Okay, so major farewell until we meet or greet again. I'm Kevis Major, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Doing it major.